Right, good evening, guys. Johnny here, Mr. Forex Fire. So we're going to be doing the Friday night or the Friday late evening video for the results for this week. Uh, Full transparency on these, we don't always get in on every trade, but I normally do the TP1, 2, and 3s as if they were separate trades. And we're going to see where we are using the fire zones uh, strategy. Now, if you follow along on this, okay, on the YouTube channel itself, just for the guys that are seeing this for the first time, excuse me, what you will see, just wait for this to load up, so just bear with me. So what you will see on the YouTube channel when you scroll a bit further down will be the area of the system and the strategy that we use. Okay, so we've had one, two, three, four, five, six. I think it was seven that we triggered. There was a GBP odd, but we didn't get in on anything on that, so I left it out. Uh, let's say what could have been possible on these uh, for this week. Okay, so again, this will just be a straightforward, what was the entry, the TP level, which is obviously the 15-minute liquidity, the 1 hour liquidity, and then obviously the 4 hour liquidity. And we will mark these up as if there's like a TP 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so again, like I say, this week, for full transparency, we don't technically get in on every single one of these trades. There is plans and a trading system that you can do where you can technically say have the TP3 as the full target and then maybe do a partial at TP1 and move an SL to break even, TP2, take a partial, move the SL to the 15-minute liquidity, and then let the rest run. So if something sort of comes through the TP, okay, like we've done here, you would have had SL to break even, come to here on TP2, the SL would then come to TP1, and you've taken partials of both areas, and then if it reverses on yourself, like what it's got on this bit here, you would then at least get out on the rest of the trade that's lying there. But for straightforward, uh, transparent sort of situation, we're going to treat it as one trade, two trade, and three trade, and each trade will be 1%, and that will be either the full TP of each thing, or it will be out at break even on say like TP3 on here. You see what I mean? So again, we're just going to add all of these up. And again, I'm going to go and talk about obviously what's on the YouTube channel at the end of this. So again, if you like this sort of stuff, please hit the like button and drop a few comments if you have any questions. So what we've got here is a 1.5 plus a 2.18. And I think this week we haven't done as well as what we normally do. I think this could be the first week where we actually slip up on some of these uh, setups, to be fair. So coming in on here, we've got entry on here. We didn't get the TP1 that struck out, so we would have had a -1, a -2 for that 1 hour target, and a -1 for this. So this would be a -3, okay? So what we've got there, we would be a -3 for that setup. We've got the odd USD. Again, we didn't quite come down to TP1, so it would be treated as if it was three individual trades. This would be a minus, this would be a minus, and then obviously we would have had a cloned trade just for general parameters. We would have had a trade on that. And like I say, we fall back onto the normal trading system you would do. You would generally have this as your full setup. And if you went to TP1, you would move that SL to break even, take a partial. If they went to TP2, you move the SL to TP1, take a partial, and let the rest run. But like I say, on the preferences of what we're doing on this, we're treating it TP1 as a a single trade, TP2 is a single trade, TP3 is a single trade, okay? So this here will be a -3, okay? So -3. We're coming into the Chef JPY, and we'll see what's happened on this one. We had the entry, okay? And that's a 1.5, so that would be a +1.5. Brings us to more or less break even because that's where the 1.5 is. We'll come further along, and again, we didn't quite come down and reach into a TP2, which would have been 2.71. Although it is still in play, there is every chance this could actually come down. We still got several, another 4 or 5 hours before the end of the session, so we could still come down to the 2.71, but I'm not going to count that in because we haven't tapped it. Okay, so we'll come into the Euro USD. Again, we've had an entry. We come in, stretch this out, and it would have struck out. We didn't go to a TP1. So again, 3 TPs on that. I should be stretching that out. So 3 TPs, okay. So again, it's another -3. And then obviously we'll go into the results at the end of all this, and I'll show you what we've been doing week on week as well. So we're coming into the NZD card now, okay? So we've got the NZD card, we've got a 1.5 and a 2.08, okay? So we've got 1.5 equals, so that's a -1.5. Let's go back to the history here. Where's the history? So -3. So we were -3.82 before I put this in. Okay, so I'm just going to redo this. So we'll get this correct, -3.2. So again, we're going to go plus the 1.5. That gives us the -1.7 plus the 2.08. That's putting us in just into profit, okay, at the moment, and then we off on this. The NZD USD, however, unfortunately, struck out on here. We had an entry. We didn't quite come into the 1.25, and then price came up and through the SL. Okay, so that will be a 1, a 2, and a 3. Again, we don't normally do 3 separate trades, but for transparency, it's how I'm treating these. So that will be a -3. So this week, this has been the first week where technically the system that I use week to week has came back as a negative week. Okay, like I say, if we go into the Discord, we just flash into the Discord, I can show you how we normally do week on week, to be fair. So again, I'm not sort of discouraged by that amount, to be honest, because like I say, what I'm going to show you that we get on the full week, I'll be able to show you the week to week results, to be fair. Let's take a look. It's back in here. And we'll come into the results on here. So this is what generally happens week on week. Okay, so the other week was pretty quiet. We had a 1.93, and on the hourly zone, because we do hourlies as well, it was a 1.25. This was the week before that. We had a 1.25, a 2.37, a 1.25, a 2.24, a 2.95, a 1.25, a 1.25, and a 1.25 on there. The week before that was a 1.25, like 1.25, a 2.21, a 1.5, a 1.25, and a 1.25. So you can see the consistency on what this does. This week, however, if we were to run it as individual trades, like your 15-minute liquidity, your 1 hour target, and your 4 hour targets, This week we would have actually came out at a minus 2.62. But again, going on week to week and what would have been attained over the week to week for the month of April, we would still be heavily in profit. Okay, so this isn't disheartening at all. So if you just bear with me, what we'll do, we'll get the YouTube system up and I'll show you a bit more in depth on this. So just bear with me. Right, so if you're watching from outside of the community, okay, on my drop downs inside of the Forex Fire YouTube, I have the full system that I work through, where I take you through how I do the 4 hour zones and how I set these up and annotate them. I go over the 4 hour trading method and how we work it, the exact take profit levels that work. So that'll be, like I say, dividing your TP 1, 2, and 3. I go through 3 key trading levels, which is the 15-minute, the 1 hour, and the 4 hour. And then how you look at an entry, and you can see on here the sort of pattern you're sort of looking at. And I go over those in good detail. There's not many people watch these videos in fairness, but if you watch these, they give you a good indication. They roughly 5 minutes, and the longest one's 20 minutes where I put it all together. Okay, so these are really worth going through and watching. We do have an in-house indicator as well. We have two of them, in fact, which is the pattern uh, for buying or selling. So when we come into these zones, okay, we're looking for buying and selling as we tap into these high zones. So again, looking at what we're seeing here, I know I was in here, but maybe we should have, on the waiting for the pattern alert, when we look at this, looking at this in hindsight, okay, the pattern here and here, especially this one, to be fair, and also this one as well, to be honest, it was inside of my selling zone. I took the trade when it was outside of the zone. So again, maybe looking at this in hindsight, this would have been a better option. And again, like I say, if we'd done that, if I just take away this and I take away this, and if I just put this up into this level here, we would have certainly have had quite easily uh, because I normally go, I would have went for 1.5 if I took it from that area because this was pretty deep in. So this would have easily given a 1.5. So that's something I need to sort of look at. I'm changing my plan. Maybe the pattern or the patterns that I take, they have to come within, in this instance, where you see this pink area, because this was a selling zone. Maybe I need to start taking the trades from if the pattern is shown inside of these zones. Now there is other things that I do that I talk through with currency strength, which we've started implementing on the setups. So if I come into this, the odd card might be one that I'm actually going to be able to demonstrate on this. When we get a pattern detection, okay, a pattern detection after we're in the zone, these were the currency strengths. Now, obviously, the odd card, okay, we were looking for a good entry. So the pattern detection, which is this, which is the in-house indicator, came up and it was telling me that the odd was stronger than the card. On the price entry, we actually need the card to be stronger because this would indicate that we're looking for a sell-off. When the price entry came in on the tap on this, these had switched around. So the Canadian dollar, it got stronger, which was better for us. And this was actually come to fruition because it went to TP1 and TP2. So again, like I said, to get a hold of those indicators, you need to be inside of our Discord. The links for the Discord will be in the description in this video. Okay. This week, like I said, full transparency, I don't hide behind anything. I don't need to. It would have been a 2.62% loss going on if you took every single trade individually. Again, but I've just shown you the results going off the last few weeks, what that has been bringing in well into the double figures week on week. This week was just not the week to be taking the trades, to be fair. You're not going to be winning every time. And if someone shows you a system, a strategy, and claims it to be so profitable and so consistent, they're talking out of their backside, because you're going to have days where you're going to lose as well. You just got to accept them, and then you move on to the next one. Trust the process that you do and implement, and just go on to the next trading week with a new fresh start. Okay, like I said, if you like these videos, give them a thumbs up, drop your comment in the thread, go and check out the description, get yourself inside of the Discord, and I'll see you all on the next one. See you later.